I'm trying an experiment. I have the anemone die cut, and I'm trying to make a foil outline around the edge. And my light just went off, so I decided to go ahead and film my first try. Putting my layers into my vagabond. Shall see what happens. I'm going to plug it back in case we're going to try something else. Take off my layers, which I have taped together. I have the cut side up. There we go. I'll check that in a minute. I had just one more experiment today. I have a new plate from Pink Fresh, and it's just flat. And I'm going to take, let's see, it's not even a perfect negative, but I'm going to take a negative and put it down on the plate. Trying to center this a little bit. It's a little wrinkled. We'll see what happens. Taking a smooth piece of cardstock, placing it on top. I really have a little trouble lining this up. I'm not used to this heat yet. I know it's not supposed to burn me, but I still get nervous. I also get nervous about this moving, which it did. Well, I'm gonna, seems like it's already melting on here. I want to just see how that image comes out from a negative rather than throw it away. So I did get my marking off my tray, my shim. I got it off with acetate. Pushing the bottom button, let that heat up for a minute. This is cooled down, so let's see what the outline of the anemone looks like. My first outline, this could be, you could add ink. Oh my, very delicate, but very beautiful. I don't know how much you can see on the camera, but I'm really pleased with the outline of that. Very, very delicate. I might try that negative and see what happens on a card too. Interesting. Okay. Now let's run this through the machine. So as I start this out, I'm really just having experiments. Before I decided to try this before. And I'm not sad with that at all. This, I could easily use a die cut to cut that out. Well, let's see what the next one looks like, trying to line it up. This time I'm going to turn this Glimmer machine off because I'm not going to do it anymore. I don't have anything prepared at the moment. piece of tape there. So the taped area, not good, so that shows you not to put the tape on. There's a little bit of missing here, but I still can see die cutting or even a stamp with this little image would look adorable. So this one's filled in a little bit more. But that's my mini experiment for today. I did a die, a regular cut die, and it makes a nice outline. And then I used my negative foil. You know, I'm going to turn this back on. I have, since this is just experimental day, let's plug this in, get that heated up again. I'm going to try this outline, this negative space here. Now the colored side goes down. I'm not going to worry about where it is on my card because I have this outline die I can cut right around it. This I might leave on the back of a card and use some ink on it. But this one, I think I'll use the die cut, so I won't worry about where it is. Now, if you'd be patient with me, I should have left it heated. I did get some Cricut heat tape, and that Cricut heat tape shouldn't stick like the yellow did. So we shall see. Now that I'm thinking about this, remember yesterday I didn't get, or 2 days ago when I started this, I did not get a clear image for my sentiment. So I might put, since I'm going to cut that other one out as a die cut, I might put, no I can't. I was thinking I could put this down, but we already have a piece of metal there, so that won't work. The whole process is just so new, it'll take me a while to figure it out. And you can learn with me. There. Now this might be a minor, but we had guests over for dinner on Sunday, and it's the first time I really relaxed about having people other than family come over. And after dinner, my husband and I decided we have to start having crafters over again. I really, really miss it. So you might be able to come over and experiment with me with my new little Glimmer and see what we can discover together. There we go. This time I'm going to leave that on because I think I will make this little description there. So plug that back in, remove this. Wow, let's see what happens. Let it cool just a little bit. I don't know how well you can see this. I'll put a piece of paper behind it. That shows you the piece of tape that was on the foil before. But this is the foil I took off, and you can just see little bit speckles, but not a lot. So as this cools, I'm going to just take this tray off. Now I do find this tray is a bit heavy, so this magnet isn't quite strong enough to get it off. So I'm just going to push it onto my silicone mat, cool it down, and see. I'm going to put the pretty facing the die. I have This is the one I did the first time, and I did not like that it left the A out, but I still can use the other part. So I'm just going to cut a small piece of cardstock. Place it over the die. I see a little bit of metal. There we go. Place that on top. Put on my shims. Set my timer. I'm not sure where the plastic ends up. Is it so see-through I can't see it? I don't see the cover of this. This is just foil. And so I can make a beautiful foil piece here by cutting the edges. And I can just use regular tape when I do that, because it's not going to be heated. So that, maybe we'll make a card out of that. Okay, last little bit for today. Let's just redo the sentiment, which I failed on the other day. So I'm removing it, putting it in my machine, my vagabond. This time I will turn this off again. Take it off my shims. It seems like that, because it's at a diagonal, it seems like the A is hard to get. So I might have to, but it does have all the letters. Just a note to say hello. I do see a teeny bit there. But I think I could cut that down for a sentiment on my card. I'm being stingy with the foil, and I'm stingy with the scrap paper. So next time I will try not to be as stingy. So the two experiments today was to try to foil with a negative, to foil with a die, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the negatives, but it was a good experiment. Have fun creating today. God bless.